some more games with you. So we're going to kick things off with the guys at Remedy Entertainment. If you watched the PlayStation press conference, you probably saw the reveal of their brand new game, but only here at E3 Coliseum they're going to show everyone here an extended look at their brand new project Control. So please welcome the team from Remedy, moderated by Andy McNamara, the editor-in-chief of Game Informer. Guys, come on out. Awesome.
Thanks, Jeff.
Good. Hi, how are you? Hey, good to see you.
Yeah. Hello, everybody. How you doing? Welcome. Day 3, morning, fun, right? Let's keep going. But I'm super excited this morning. We have Remedy Entertainment here.
Okay, for Maya?
Yeah. She's up in room 3. But, I mean,
Sorry? Okay, and we are ready to go. So you guys have
cool.
The first public showing of the demo that you've been showing behind closed doors for the last 3 days, right? Mm-hmm. Fantastic. So, Thomas, I believe you will walk us through this demonstration.
It's so early, and this couch is so nice. Well, great to see everybody here. Thanks for getting up so early. So, are you ready to see Control? All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'll give the setup. So Control is the next game from Remedy Entertainment. It's set in this dark and brutalist-inspired world where everyday reality has been corrupted by this otherworldly force we know as the Hiss. And you get to play as Jesse Faden, who's got this, would you say, sort of mysterious, troubled past?
A secret in her childhood.
Yes. And she arrives at the oldest house, equally mysterious, headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control. Now, we have a saying at Remedy that things go horribly wrong, and they do. The Hiss invade the oldest house and kill its director, Trench. Now, things happen, and through this sort of strange, ritualistic process, Jesse has to become the new director of the Bureau, imbued with supernatural abilities and take on the Hiss. It'll all make perfect sense when you play the finished product. We have like the best narrative folks in the world pretty much here. We're going to make it work.
Wow,
all right, so the mission we're going to show you, this very special sneak peek. We've only been showing this behind closed doors at E3. We wanted to give all the folks here and online to give an opportunity to see the demo. So roll the video, please.
My name is Jesse Faden. I'm the director of the Federal Bureau of Control. Welcome to the oldest house.
Rooney's team is missing. They went to investigate the alarm hours ago.
On it. I'll find them.
Careful, Jesse.
Shit.
Just saw a glimpse of Jesse's destructive supernatural abilities such as launch and shield, and she's also using the service weapon, which is this transforming gun only the director of the Bureau can use.
Broken.
path forward. Use ritual.
Okay. Going forward, never backward. I'm in control. I will find the way. I will bind you. I will bend you to my will. Yes.
So the oldest house is our world within a location. It's this huge, sprawling, transforming, mystical building. And it's much more of an open-ended game than anything that Remedy has done before. And as we move up here, we can kind of take a quick look back and look at our destructive handiwork, but you can also see the different doorways and the pathways. Now, these don't actually just take you to the end of the mission in some slightly different way. They actually take you to very different locations within the oldest house, because this is very much an action-adventure game.
Never mind. At least something works right around here. This is bad. Rooney's agents. They went this way.
Rituals control the environment here. Dream logic is a requirement for survival. Some things aren't connected by causality, but rather by the meaning we give them.
A ritual. Here we go. The Black Pyramid. The oldest house is my house. I am the servant of the Black Pyramid. I have the right to be here. I have the clearance.
So Jesse gains new abilities by finding objects of power, which are these dangerous, strange items that the Bureau researches and stores. Now, one of the abilities is Levitate, that Jesse is using here. As you gain new abilities, you're able to gain access to locations in the oldest house that you couldn't get to before, and there's a lot of sort of Metroidvania influence in the game's level design.
Jesse,
Pope, any news?
I'm detecting an anomaly. Abnormal energy fluctuations from cell 715 on the Panopticon's upper level. It's escalating. You should hurry.
On my way. That's new. Not good.
These are altered items, objects that are acted upon by forces that fit no known scientific paradigm. The innocuous appearance of altered items disguises their changed nature. Certain altered items, objects of power, cause large-scale altered world events, or AWEs. These AWEs seem to represent incidents of other realms, perhaps other dimensions entirely.
Help me. Please. Anybody.
Hey,
Oh, thank God. Someone has to watch this object at all times, or it deviates. I've been staring at it since yesterday with no breaks. Are you here to take over?
damn. I can't. I'm sorry.
Please, don't leave me here.
There's an emergency. I'll come back. I promise. Whoa! Seven 1-5. Here we are. Okay.
And that's where we're going to end it. We're
Yep.
not going to show everything.
All right.
And that's
Very
Control.
nice. Very cool demo. For anybody that doesn't know, Remedy Entertainment, Alan Wake, Max Payne, Quantum Break, you guys have a history of making games that are real straightforward, make sense right out of the box, right?
Yeah.
So with Control, there is obviously things afoot. Can you tell us more about this? Sam is the creative director at Remedy. And is also the narrative lead, so you guys can unpack this for us a little bit. Can you explain us some about the world? What's going on here?
I think it makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It speaks for itself, really.
You know, as a starting point, we in a new project we always look for things that we can feel passionate about and excited about, and we. You know, in pop culture, we love strange stories, weird stuff, and out there things, and we just decided to go all out this time. We feel that, well, if we are passionate about this and make this happen, we hope that you will join on this ride. There is a story. Jessie, our hero, is looking for answers to the mysteries of her past, and she comes to this place where she hopes to find them. And it's a very strange place. The oldest house, the headquarters of the Federal Bureau of Control, this secretive agency that deals with the unexplained. And their headquarters, the oldest house, this brutalist architecture, featureless concrete skyscraper in Manhattan, is a mystical place of power of its own. And it's a building that's vastly bigger in the inside than the outside would lead you to believe. If you know the right rules and the rituals and the conditions are right, you can keep on traveling deeper and deeper, maybe even forever, leaving our known reality behind step by step. And Jessie is on this journey, we are on this journey, and it's a lot less linear game than we have done before. We are, for storytelling and experience, we are leaning on the world. We wanted to build a really deep, mysterious, crazy world with a lot of lore to be discovered. And in a linear story-driven experience, you often hold the player's hand and kind of, give things to the player on a platter in a way that, here is the next beat. Hands off this time around. It's more challenging, and we plunge you deep, and you can then chase the mysteries that you find interesting and exciting, and piece it together as you go.
For sure. I mean, the house has its own personality. It's definitely I was lost as you kind of cruise around, and I love that you've got a more kind of open sandbox kind of environment that you can play around in. So, and is that how you discover the mysteries of the house? Or am I going to find like wells that I fall into? I know there was one moment where there was a guy who was trapped there.
Staring at the fridge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, it's more open-ended than what we have done before, and with the sandbox, we mean is that you have the supernatural abilities, you have the service weapon that takes lots of different forms. So players have sort of a lot more choice and sort of tools in their arsenal, like how they approach the different, the combat scenarios and all that. And as I mentioned, I think when we mentioned Metroidvania and a Remedy game, that's pretty strange, and we do weird and strange well in Finland, I dare say. Now we just want to build something where players can Sam kind of alluded to that we want an experience that players can kind of go at it at their own pace. So if they want to sort of go and explore and find all the weird things that the oldest house has, that the narrative team and the designers are putting in there, then the players should be able to do that. That's the ambition, that it's just a little bit more free form and players can kind of drive the experience more themselves.
Yeah.
So can you tell me any more about this gun? That's like the gun is almost like reflective of the house in that it's always changing.
Yes, it's the director's service weapon. It is an artifact. They mentioned objects of power. This is an object of power that, much like Excalibur, has chosen Jessie to be the next director of the Bureau. And while you can mod it and upgrade it throughout the game, it certainly has its own history and perhaps a mind of its own in some cases. So that's just part of the adventure and part of the mystery.
So, and I'm on a quest to find other objects of power within the house.
Yeah, well, you gain new abilities by finding certain objects of power, but much like the refrigerator that he was staring at and the television that you saw took her on an adventure that was unexpected. And so that will happen all the time. You are on a mission and you will stumble across something that is perhaps a side mission, but you won't even realize that it's a side mission. It will just cross your path and you'll want to go pursue that adventure. And that lack of hand-holding, as both these gentlemen have mentioned, was a big underlying part of our design theory for this game. Certainly narratively, we want people to be drawn ahead by what they see, to be so invested in the story and the mystery and the strange things that they find, that they just keep exploring deeper and deeper into the house.
Well, I know that you guys have done a lot of games and always had unique gameplay elements to them. Can you explain more about the telekinesis and other powers that you have as the player over and above a weapon? I mean, I saw throwing forklifts, spinning sheets of metal. There were quite a few examples of...
as any director would do.
Exactly. I think I'll let Sam answer. Just the forklift thing is funny. When we're taking the screenshots of the game, like a couple of weeks ago, it was like the forklift was everywhere. Like designers just like to put that thing everywhere in the game. It's just a fun thing to throw around.
Yeah, I mean, this is an action game. And in many ways for Control, making this, we went in gameplay first. You know, it's a game, so maybe it's a funny thing to say, but for Remedy design process, we leaned into gameplay much more than ever before, I would say, and we wanted to create a deep action experience with a lot of systems in place. As said, you have your director's gun. It has different forms. You can keep changing it, based on your needs and tastes. You are discovering and unlocking supernatural abilities, and as we saw, a few of them are telekinetic in nature. On the engine side, Northlight, our proprietary game engine, we have pushed the dynamic destruction and physics as far as we possibly could. So all of these different elements and even the abilities can be modified. All of these playing together create a really interesting action gameplay mix. You can use your abilities to tear a chunk out of the wall and use it as a weapon or use it as a shield, and enemies, the bureau agents now possessed by the hiss and changed by the hiss have similar powers. So it does get, even on action side, pretty crazy at times, and surprising, unexpected things can happen also, and it's a challenging experience. The player can learn to see what's happening and modify the gun, choose your abilities based on the situation, taking advantage of certain situations, and yeah.
That's awesome, and I did notice as well. I really like the art direction you guys have taken with this one. It's a very, very clean, different look, and I think it kind of highlights, like you say, the world and the changes and the kind of dynamic nature of the unknown that is obviously around every corner there. And you guys, it's exciting news because this is coming to multiple platforms this time. Mm-hmm. We're on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. Right?
Yeah,
correct.
yeah.
Yes.
I mean, it's Remedy. I mean, company strategy. I mean, we want to reach as many gamers as we can, of course. So it's great to be multi-platform.
And I know you won't answer this question, but I mean, when will we be in Control? I'm sorry. I'd like to apologize for that.
I love it. More.
2019.
2019.
Yes.
Well, that's super amazing.
2019 is going to be crazy. So many games. So many cool looking games.
Including ours.
Including ours.
Yes.
Yeah, I just didn't want to say that. But.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for showing us what you guys have been showing
Thank
behind
you.
closed doors. It looks amazing. I know you brought a little gift for people that were here this morning.
We have to do that now. Well, I want to thank you, Andy, and everybody at GI. You guys have been awesome to us, and of course Jeff and everybody at the Coliseum has been doing a kick-ass job. So thank you very much for having us. And yes, I'm going to go open some boxes now, I guess.
some T-shirts for everyone.
Yeah, so thanks everybody. We appreciate you getting up early here for the E3 Coliseum.
You want shirts?
Yeah. They're like this one, in case you guys are wondering.
We got plenty. Bribery always works.